Ever since the federal government announced the penny is no longer being produced, we brought you multiple stories of people reaping the benefits in our community. Now to an update on ATB Financial's latest fundraising effort, teaming up with 2 local schools to collect as many pennies as possible. Kelsey Bloxham tells us how the event is going at its halfway mark.
This may not look like a lot of pennies, but look here, and here, and don't forget here.
Well, every year ATB Financial does a fundraiser for the Children's Hospital. We call it Teddy for a Toonie. And this year at the branch, we just decided to, because they're slowly phasing out the pennies, we thought it'd be an opportunity to collect them and raise some money and send it to the Children's Hospital.
And so the company enlisted the help of the kids here at St. Mary's, as well as at the Bark Colony Elementary School. When the campaign first started out, there was no set goal in mind. Holden says they thought they'd just get a few $100s.
There's kids coming to school with backpacks full of pennies. Some of them they say one small kid had 30 pounds worth of pennies on his bike. And I tell you, his back tire must have been flat because it's pretty impressive.
Proving none of this would have been possible without the students on board.
It's been interesting because we've had to count all the pennies and roll all of them, so we usually use up all of our breaks and stuff for counting up the pennies.
The money raised will go to the Stollery Children's Hospital in Edmonton, but the campaign goes further than just helping kids in need, teaching these youngsters a valuable lesson.
Well, it just shows leadership and it just helps out everybody that needs help.
The fundraiser will run until the end of the month, and with the students at St. Mary's busy rolling coins, the question remains, just how many pennies are there?
So far, in pennies, we estimate we've got to be around the $4,000 mark with St. Mary's and Bark Colony School. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're closer to the $5,000 mark.
Kelsey Bloxham, Newcap News.
The City of Lloydminster and its rescue squad reaffirmed their ties today and are thinking about changes that may occur in the future as our city expands. Elise Cox brings us that story.
The City of Lloydminster is proud to recognize the Lloydminster Rescue Squad.
The squad was formed in 1985, but over the past quarter century, its commitment to Lloydminster has only grown stronger.
I think all our members love the city of Lloydminster and surrounding area. A lot of people our members have grown up in the city, and I think it's just our way of giving back.
The squad is made up of 20 unpaid volunteers who answer to a wide variety of emergency calls.
When you're talking rescue, that's a very broad term, and the discussions that we've had before, it's a never-ending list. Is it fire rescue? Is it water rescue? Is it high-angle rescue? Is it trench rescue? Is it confined space rescue? So having said that, that's where we kind of complement each other.
And their help is based on teamwork.
Well, it's a strong relationship. There's not a written document in an agreement anywhere. I would say it's a friendly agreement.
But as the city grows, the question of creating a formal agreement is being raised.
At some point, we realize there's going to be some sort of amalgamation or some sort of getting together of the two groups, because to operate on our own it takes a lot of resources.
For now, though, the rescue squad is happy with the gentleman's agreement in place. Elise Cox, Newcap News.
A grueling 48 hours for some of the best and brightest students in the province, and Lloydminster was represented well in this year's 2-day Provincial Skills Canada competition. We catch up with some of the qualifying competitors in this week's Beyond the Classroom.
A whirlwind experience for 13 Holy Rosary students qualifying to square off against the cream of the crop in Alberta.
The first day was really stressful. You can feel the panic in the air.
Teens competed in everything from graphic design to video production to carpentry.
It was interesting to compete against everybody. There's a lot of people there and it was a pretty good time.
We had to make 2 to 3 minute video on what is Skills Canada. So what we ended up doing was interviewing a whole bunch of people and doing kind of like a news broadcast.
Though it all came down to a 2-day performance, tons of time and effort was put in for preparation.
Between all of those students, we put in a lot of extra hours just preparing and making sure they had all the skills and knowledge that they needed to be successful.
And successful they were, with many students nabbing gold and silver status to even qualify for provincials. But for many, it's about much more than competing in a trade. It's about training for the future.
I'm probably going to go into post-secondary and go and get my hairdressing course. And there's also a Skills Canada post-secondary thing, so I can go in that next year if I'd like.
I'm going to trade school and I'm going to do carpentry.
And for all, an experience they won't soon forget.
I would recommend it for anybody in high school. If they have a chance to go into Skills Canada, I would say yes, go do it. It's worth it.
Beyond the Classroom is brought to you by Lakeland College. Lakeland College will celebrate its 100th anniversary in 2013. Learn more about events and activities at lakelandcollege.ca/centennial.
And Kayla Buchanan, host of Around the Region, joins us now. And what can we look forward to on your show tonight, Kayla?
We have a lot going on. We were traveling in the rain all week, but we found some really interesting things out there. Take a look at this. This lady from Alliance has been collecting dolls in her home over the last several years. She has over 1,000 dolls. So the community came together, raised some funds, bought this old church, and now they've opened up a doll museum so everybody can enjoy the dolls for themselves. As well, we had singer-songwriter Lindsay May coming through the studio. She's going to perform a couple of songs from her sophomore album, Shimmer. So she was really great. You guys are going to enjoy that a lot. As well as we head to the Ripstone Creek Brewery in Edgerton to get an update on those guys there and find out when they will be opening and serving their cans.
Sounds very interesting. Looking forward to it, Kayla.
It's going to be great.
Stocks and oil prices brought to you by Spectrum Restoration. When disaster strikes, don't wait. Call the professionals at Spectrum Restoration, a certified member of the Canadian Disaster Restoration Group.